It's 2002, and I'm driving with my husband to pick up our daughters after the first year of summer camp. The day's warm, we get on the 40 going east towards Trois-Rivières, and we talk about the most mundane things on this most unusual day of lasts. The last time we drive in a car together, last list of tasks, last list of groceries, and first, telling our daughters that we're getting a divorce. How did we get here? Let's start at the beginning. It's 1986, and I'm traveling in Asia. I've been here for 6 months with a backpack and my Bible. Actually, it's my travel Bible. It's the new version of Lonely Planet, and it is amazing. And right now, I'm in Pushkar, India, which is a beautiful town in the desert. And I'm staying at a place that Lonely Planet called a hidden oasis. I know most of the people here because I've seen them at lots of other places all through Rajasthan, including that cute guy over there in the corner playing guitar. He did the same thing at hostels in Jaisalmer, in Jaipur, and I don't know whether he is aloof or shy, but that night, I see cute guitar guy at the same rooftop bar, and I find out his name is also Michele, and he's from Quebec, Canada. But conversation does not flow because his Saint-Jérôme English is even worse than my Baltimore French. He has just called his beer an interesting situation. But he's kind of charming. And the next day, he invites me, he finds the words to invite me for a chai in the bazaar. And as we check out the silk stalls, our hands brush. I try on sandalwood oil, and he smells my neck. And when we kiss by the flower stalls, my heart beats so hard. But it's kind of a bittersweet kiss because I'm leaving the next day. I already have a train booked for Bombay. So it's bittersweet. But time has a funny way of dilating when you travel. And the 16 hours that are left stretch before us with possibility. We go to the desert and we hold hands as we watch the sunset, and we go back to that rooftop bar and we have spicy pakoras and beer. And at the end of the night, we sneak our single mattresses up to the roof and we push them together to make a big bed under the stars. And the smell of rose and the smell of jasmine waft up as we kiss. And we can't talk because I really can't understand anything he says. But we hold each other so tight all night long because we think we'll never see each other again. And in the morning, we're heartsick. So we come up with a plan, kind of in half English, half French. I will meet you in New Delhi in 3 weeks, 5 p.m., 5 heures, New Delhi. And I find a place in Lonely Planet. It's the Highlight Hotel. And Highlight Hotel, 5 heures, New Delhi. 3 weeks later, I take a train for 32 hours from Bombay to New Delhi. And I am so uncertain and confused. Is this crazy? I've known this guy for 16 hours. And then I get to New Delhi, and the Highlight Hotel is completely overbooked. Thank you, Lonely Planet. So I write him a note. I say, Michele, this hotel was completely overbooked. I'm the person that you met in Pushkar. I'm sorry, I don't know your last name. And I give him the address for the new hotel. And I feel like such a fool putting that on the bulletin board because I don't even know if he's going to show up. But at 5 p.m., there's a knock at the door. Michele has traveled 24 hours from the Pakistani border to meet me. And he is completely bleary and rumpled. And he smiles, and I smile, and then he says, "This is an interesting situation." And it's perfect, because it really is. I don't remember anything from New Delhi except the inside of that little hotel room. But we did learn a few more words in each other's language. And then we decided we're traveling together. So I leave my copy of Lonely Planet on the bed because I'm not lonely anymore. And we travel with his guide de routard through the rest of India. And that is the beginning of the story of Michele and Michele, the two M's. And that story has so many chapters and includes travel in India, Burma, Thailand, a bus accident on the Malaysian border, reunion in New York, a secret marriage, a clandestine trip to Quebec, two beautiful and happy and well-adjusted daughters, and two renovation jobs, and with the endless plaster dust, tears, anger, and two people moved to two different bedrooms. And 15 years after we meet in New Delhi and we find that tiny, cozy hotel room too large, we find our 3-floor house too small. And the only way that we'll be happy is to get a divorce. We never yell at each other in front of our daughters, but my 11-year-old daughter, Chloe, knows. She's asked me several times, "Mom, are you getting a divorce?" And I have completely lied. Why, Chloe, why would you think that? Because good parenting said, until you have a solid plan, don't tell your girls. But what is a solid plan for a divorce? Psychology Today said, well, you make sure that your children know that you will never leave them, and also that it's not their fault. You'll know when the time is right. You'll know when the time is right. When is the right time not to completely upend their lives? We can't tell them before school's out because their grades would go down. And we can't tell them before Cami learns to ride a bicycle. Wouldn't that keep her from developing physically? Well, we can't tell them before Chloe gets braces. But some of our friends know now, and we're really afraid that they're going to tell their kids before our girls know. So we come up with a plan. We're going to tell them the night they get home from their first year of sleepover camp. We will make everything they love. We'll have pizza, spaghetti, we're going to have sushi, French fries, Caesar salad, and we'll set the scene. We will tell them, and we will be together in telling them, and we'll tell them, girls, we have something that is going to be kind of hard for you to hear. But first, we want to tell you that we will always love you forever. But we don't love each other anymore. And so we're moving to separate houses. And then we'll serve chocolate fondue. Because it's their favorite dessert. All right, I know it's not a good plan. But our house is about to go up for sale. This for sale sign is going up that week. Michele and I get off the 40 and we head past Shawinigan towards the Parc de la Mauricie. We take a little gravel road to Camp Minagami, and I feel every bump in the pit of my stomach. A counselor, a lone guy playing guitar, greets us at the dusty parking lot, and he looks a little bit like Michele when he was younger. And there's another counselor, she has a map, and she says, go to the lake. They're having their last campfire. We walk together on an uneven path towards the lake, past tableaus of happy families reuniting after weeks apart, and through all of the smoke and the heat waves coming off the fire, and looking out at 100 campers swaying and singing in unison, I spot the girls, and they've got their arms around each other, and they are so filthy. Oh my God, it looks like they haven't washed in 2 weeks. They're going into the bath when they get home. And then Chloe sees us, and she points us out to her sister, and they both wave. And I look over at Michele, and a tear drips down his chin. This is going to be so hard. We hold hands for a last time, and we watch the girls sing with abandon. And I take a mental picture of the before we break the news that will change their lives forever. Thank you.